Let's get him pulled up. Let's just go ahead and get straight into it. There he is. It's the man, the myth, the legend.
What's up, everyone? How's it going?
It's my son. That's right. It's the son. It's the myth. It's the legend. It's everybody. So hey, there's Matt, team. So let's keep this simple today. You get him every day, but I really wanted to bring him back on again for round 2 to start off again. He's honored to have him in the chat. And again, I actually hadn't told you this. So yesterday I told chat this. I was like, when you were Arnaldo trader, I thought you were old. I thought you were this 45, 50-year-old grown. Essentially, I thought you were your dad. I thought you were me. As 35. I was like, he's either 35 to 45, 50. He's got kids. I'm like, that was his dad. Essentially. And that's where you got the name kind of too, right? Or essentially, it's the last name, right? Or what is it, right? That's your last name. Yeah. So that's what I thought was awesome. I was like, man, and I had no idea. I'm like, and then so like everyone else, when I see how young you are, I was like, he's what? He's not even close to that. He's what? He's 8. Hold on. He's not 35, 40. He's what? He's 18. He's not even 20 yet. And so I was like, that's hilarious. So I love it, man. So yeah. So can't hear. Let's see. Can't hear Matt. So there we go. There we go. Now we can hear Matt. Now we can hear
me now.
I turned Matt off. So Matt, everyone was like, what's Matt's volume? What's Matt's volume? So now, go ahead, Matt.
Good.
Good to go. Now they can hear you. All right. So we're going to keep this simple with Matt this time since you get him every day. I know you guys can ask him questions left and right. So I'm going to kind of keep it basic for the most part. And first off, Matt, really, did you get any trades in today?
No trading today. I've this whole week just prepping for a trip. Last week, a couple trades here and there. I've been having not broker problems. I try to join this new broker here. I'll speed it up real quick here. There's this broker called Phenom. I try to join it because it was a good broker for people under PDT, but they kind of denied my my application thingy. I don't know. There's a couple of reasonings. I didn't know what it was exactly, but it's fine. And then I moved back over to my main broker here. And
so hold on, I remember you were doing that for most traders in the chat, which was awesome, which I love how we're doing that. Hey, let's try this, bro. And then, so they denied you, so you can't even get in with Phenom now, so that can't happen now.
No, yeah, and the thing is, I just found out is Phenom's actually kind of like a partner on this thing with Interactive Brokers. So I already don't love Interactive Brokers, so it kind of helped there.
That sucks. That sucks. Well, cool.
But so no trades today. Yeah. But this week, though, has been
I'm right there with
fire.
you this week. I haven't placed as many trades this week. So that what you're saying this week, you just hadn't traded as much? Kind of. Yeah. I've been there the last couple of weeks. I mean, it just seems like it's been a little more inconsistent, choppy volume, just back and forth. Trying to play the chase game, you have to really just almost narrow in on one. If you don't narrow in on that one, you will miss the trade, essentially.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
So that's one thing I want to get into, because I know that, again, we all had to over the past. It was great to get to the shorting game. Back in January, we figured that out, and for the most part, getting really big into that the last few months. But now it's starting to adapt a little bit. So over the last month, even the last 2 months, moving forward, how's your game changing, and what are you looking for to trade in your trading style? How are you adapting, adjusting to that?
Everything has changed. So, just starting off with my level 2 in tape. Like before, I'd read it, but not really. Just I kind of wouldn't put as much effort into it. Now I've seen there are little patterns you can look for in the tape in the level 2 that will help you in a sense, get the best entry or the best timing, because you'll see these patterns that they continue to do. Like I talk a lot about hidden buyers and hidden sellers. And so I've been just increasing my level 2 in times and sales, I'm not the best at it yet, but I've been increasing my knowledge there. And then my strategy, I tweaked it a lot. Tweaking a lot. No, it wasn't just me personally. It was a lot of learning from others. Right. I removed a simple moving average. I had the 8 and 20. That was the big thing. Now it's just a 20. And, it's just a lot of tweaking.
That's awesome. That's what I did over time. That's what's so funny, how you adapt over time. I mean, I did that earlier on. But yeah, that's awesome. And now with the level 2, did you get in with those? There was something you were letting me know about with the guy you were maybe learning a little bit more from.
Yeah. I have it. Like I have the whole thing. Like it was actually really good, really, really good. A lot of juicy stuff. He gave me even a YouTube channel. The people would love it. It's a YouTube channel. He doesn't teach you anything, but it's literally hours. And I mean, thousands of hours of just recorded level 2 in a chart. So it's it's a really good practice. It's like a little game.
Yeah, that's what I tell a lot of people, in which we've said this in the past. Like when I first started trading, it's like this is like the adult video game, but it really is. And there's a lot of stuff that you can almost go back and relate to when you play
Yeah,
video games when you do this. I mean, it's just
exactly.
there's a lot of stuff that you can do overall and relate back to, and that's what I try to tell me coming up with like the Thanos the crossover or sandwiches. You're like I'm just trying to
Yeah,
simplify stuff, so I'm you in the end you know what I'm talking about, and not having to say well
the
when the 9
Thanos
crosses over and
crossover.
the blah 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 blah, and I'm having to explain it. You go Thanos crossover, done and simple. Everyone knows what it
Right?
is.
And it's just catchy.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, yeah, so let me know whenever you want to, if you want to put those links in afterward, or even over in your chat later for that level 2. Because I know that I even recently
Awesome.
for me, that's becoming what's crazy. That's why I feel like we're almost, even though it's like I am you and you are me and you're my son almost in a way, but it's like that's got so much bigger with me recently as the level 2. So
Yeah.
that's what's crazy.
No, yeah, it is. It is crazy. Like I thought I knew so much, but it's like it is crazy how much more there really is on the spectrum of stuff.
I say that all the time. I'm like, man, I thought like even like in 2020 when I first started going live for deck, oh, I got this, I know stuff now. And then
Yeah.
now you keep going on like, nope, I don't know. Oh, nope, nope,
Yeah,
nope.
exactly. 100%.
Oh, all right. So moving forward, what do you want to do? Even are you going and real quickly? Then did you do any of the long term investing? Have you like whether maybe you haven't gotten in yet, but are you going to get anything whether it's SPY
I
related
got
or it's going
Tesla.
to be Bitcoin, crypto related? Anything long term at all for you?
Really, it's just Tesla right now, if I'll be honest. Uh, I am kind of biased. I got the link for them now because I saw people were asking in there. But yeah, so it's just Tesla for me right now. Everything else, I do what I think is good. Amazon's great, Google, of course, Tesla. Not sure about Facebook as a long-term thing as much anymore. Just more companies that I would say that are a lot very much involved day to day, like Google. Who's not on Google every day, or
Right,
Amazon?
exactly, right. And
It's like, yeah,
Amazon,
I
that's
get
yeah.
right. And there's Firefox and all those other ones, but it's like everyone leans towards Google because they really are the best. Like it's the truth. And
Just Google it.
exactly, right. And Tesla. Like look at the road now. How much more Teslas do you see now than you would have seen a couple days, or a couple years ago? I'd say really, it's just crazy how
That
much
was my
growth
pick.
there
Yeah,
is.
that was the Tesla, which I haven't fully gotten into Tesla yet, but I want to get into Tesla. But Amazon, I've gotten into slowly. I've gotten into Amazon, so those would be my top 2 favorite too. So I'm right there with you with
See,
those. Can't
that's
really go wrong
awesome.
with those two for the most part.
Yeah, right. Those
So
are
moving
like
forward, even after that, 6 months down the line, 3 months down the line, what are we looking for strategy wise? Are we're going to start looking a little bit maybe more long based on some of these plays? And what are we? I mean, are we going
no,
still?
I'm still very short based, but
Gotcha.
I need to change a lot of things. Like for my long strategies, again another YouTuber, this person um teaches a lot about fundamentals of how to read all filings and kind of like get in months before the pump even happens. And it's like I've been just studying that up for like a new long strategy. Short wise, I think I got it down. The only thing I need to master is a little bit of risk management, not getting out so soon, and just tape and level 2 reading because that's really the key there. Learning how to read the tape, read the level 2.
Right, right. Do you want to go over that? What is this new? Is a new setup or strategy you've been working on, or is it something you've always done for a little bit and you're just mastering
It,
even more
it
so?
is very new. It's not crazy different, but it is different if that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a couple trades here I could show everyone from if you're in my chat, you remember them, but you'll see like I can explain it really well.
Yeah.
So if you'd
Hold on. I
like
want you to
to,
go ahead. I made you the host, so if you want to go ahead and share your screen, I made you the host. So if you want to share your screen, go on ahead and
awesome,
do it. Yeah.
thank you. So okay. There's so many screens here. Okay, let me find the right one. Let's go here. There is. This is the one. Okay, boom. Okay, which screen can they see there? Let's see. I'm seeing it pop up here on the stream. Okay, that's correct. All right. So, yes, I am going long as well now, but I have levels and a certain way I mark them. And I'm not a breakout trader, by no means. I do not like breakout trades. I just never had luck with them. But now I've been more of like a bounce player for both sides, either a bounce to go down or a bounce to go up. In this
Right. Oh, I love
case,
bounces. That's how I made my money. That was my bread and butter. That's where I
exactly,
made money. I
man.
love bounce
It
play.
it's it literally is the best. Like I have these levels that I mark on my higher time frames, usually from 15-minute all the way to daily. Those are the time frames I mark them. And I'll have a bunch of lines on my chart. My chart will look a little colorful there, but Like he was a SIDU, which I think this was a not yesterday, but the day before. And I was talking with the chat. We saw breakout, uptrend. I'm big on trend. Trend. What do you mean by trend, Matt? Uptrend line? No, I mean lows and highs. We had a high, low, a high, a higher low, and a breakout. Uptrend confirmed. But if you look at it, zoom out a little, move your head back. We also have a low, high, higher low, and a breakout. So we have like the most recent or minor trend is what I call it up, and the big boy trend is up as well. And then now what do? I have to look for an entry and I have to make sure I have, profit potential. So I saw the breakout, saw volume rising. Volume is really important. Just saying, volume changes the game with, knowing how to read it really. And then I waited for a breakthrough 325. I wanted to bounce at 315. It never happened. But then here, when this next candle opened here at this, which was like the peak volume of this move here, it opened, fell back down to 325. The tape showed lots of strength at 325, 24, 26 area. And then I saw the rejection come, boom. Then I start entering in market order. Market order. What's my risk? We could even put it below this wick or just a little bit below the line. And essentially my cost was like 331 or 330. And I watched, like I have my targets, but I always watch to see how they react there. I'd never just want to get out of my target because, that's piking a trade. I'll show you examples. But so 3-4, I watched to see what happened. Volume was going crazy. The tape was printing strong. The ask was just getting absolutely knocked out. And we literally blew through this 3-4 area. I waited. I know a lot of people would have gotten out when this candle turned red out of fear of just that red candle. But no, you gotta go with your bias. The strength is still there. Essentially, we had a little bit of a pullback. Great. Okay, that happened. Again, buyers came in with strength. We pushed up higher. 366 was a target. I waited a little bit. I saw weakness here at 3.7. It was almost like a fake out. So I exited a partial here, but then we pushed through it. I saw a lot of weakness at 385, 390, exited partial. And then as we cleared out of this wick here kind of thing and hit 395, I got out because there was a lot of momentum and volume just hit real quick. And then I just exited there. And, simple. Yes, it is a long trade. I know I don't take long trades. I've been emphasizing a lot of short in the morning, long in the afternoon, because that looks like the best thing right now. And let me just move over here to another
Yeah, we've
trade
seen
here.
so many breakouts. It seems like right when I
Exactly.
hand off the baton to you, like literally, here you go, Matt. I'm handing the baton off to you to run that next leg in the afternoon, and it's just like, okay, and you just take off like you're our Usain Bolt essentially. Like, okay, here come the breakouts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the blue line is the 20 SMA. I just saw a question in there, so I answered that one. But here again, I have my lines. All these lines on my charts are levels, and these levels work all the time. This level worked here. This level, I saw the rejection. I shorted. I saw this bullish wick, aka the 20 SMA was doing its thing. Volume started to rise on this green candle. As we surpassed, that's kind of like a bullish candlestick pattern. Boom, I exited the trade. We had a huge run up here. Volume up, volume up. Usually you want to see volume staircase a little bit like this, staircase, 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 and pretend this is a little higher. That's what you want to see before a big drop. In this case, we just had volume and then a huge spike volume. So then I was like, okay, we could have a little bit of a dump incoming essentially. So I was patient. I wait till my level because my level is the area I shorted. And look at that. That's like a little bit of a top ticker there. I entered it a little early here, which that was actually my fault. I shouldn't have. It was a little bit of a discipline thing. I entered in really early here, but I scaled in most of my size right at 445, and that literally was the high of the day. And then, of course, I piked the trade. What do you mean by piked the trade, Matt? I mean, I literally left so much on the table there, but I got out way too early because, I am pretty new to afternoon trading. I don't love it. So I do get out earlier just as a safety thing. Got out here, we came down, we had another run up, another pop up here, and then came down. So essentially, we have a high, a low, a lower high, and then a breakout. So we have a downtrend now. So now we are backside for sure, 100%. This level here, I used it for a short once. Does that mean I can use it again? Hell yeah. I had the 20 SMA here on top, more confirmation. We popped up as this candle went bearish. I shorted, started, a position. I shorted more at the top of this green candle. I was full size then. Now it's patience. It's waiting. I waited. First dump and breakout through 380. I covered a little, and then I piked it again by getting out way too early when my target was 364. But and then like there's just I think I have one more example. Like the shorts are there. Like here, like I'm in the afternoon when I get a great short, it's like I pike it so hard, man. Like look, volume rising here, kind of like a stair step almost. Big expanding range candles. We broke through, no rejection shown, broke through, no rejection shown, pop, rejection shown. I started my short position. I wanted a little more size than I got, but then I, cover right at here. But, what I say, the lines always work, right? Well, here, kind of as support, it worked. We broke through this one, support. We popped up. This line worked as resistance. Yes, I get it, popped through, but that's normal. Overall, the line was a resistance area that led to this huge, 305 down to freaking 255. That was a huge dump there. No worries.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you call it? Is it pike or piped? Pike?
Pike, yeah. So pike, it's like
yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah. So I do it all the
it's
time.
just-
Don't worry. So don't worry. I'm doing the same thing you do. Trust me, a lot of the time.
Right.
And point being, that's so funny with this trade yesterday. You handed the baton off to me because I got that next area down, but I still didn't get that huge, kill candle.
Right.
In the end, I'm like, I look back going like, no, I had so much more room on the table. What was I doing?
Yeah, like look at this trade. I don't have my lines on there, but the line I think was 224, 223. Because I can remember this. I entered in a little bit here, entered in right at the tippy top of this candle. I was actually surprised about that. And entered in more here. I got out here at around 182, correct? This thing went down to 145. Like,
yeah, right.
Talk about Pike.
And that's the 20, right? Because I think that was asked earlier by Rocket
yeah, the
TJ.
20
That's
SMA.
the blue line's your 20 you've been using, right?
Exactly.
Right.
And like just more examples of this. I don't know when I got out of this one, but short here. Backside's obviously in because we have our high, we have our low, or not high, low, lower high. We try to break out, didn't work, and then we do it again. Let's do it again. So we have a high, low, lower high. We needed the breakout for the backside. Yes, I do get in a little bit earlier, but just here showed the chop. Price obviously didn't want to go over the 6-9 area. If you put a line through it, every time it tried, it couldn't even close above that area. And then, position here, scaling in and out as always. And there it goes. So
Beautiful,
it's like,
yeah.
Gorgeous. Mastering backside.
Yeah, and there's so much of that. And that's anyone sometimes going to know. Dimpy even had that question. If anyone wants to know, front side you're going up, backside you're now on the backside of the move. Exactly. You're going short. So
from yesterday here, quick example here. Just wanted to say it. So yesterday here, what was this 80N? So 80N here. I had this purple line at 364. You see it here? Look at this purple line at 364. It was the high of day.
That's why I said forever, and I'd be alerting back. Like, put your lines in and trade them, and just trying to keep it that simple. Because literally, you will see, like you said, it'll just flip flop. And Deck taught me that old resistance equals new support. Like we says all the time, old support equals new resistance. Now, like you say, every once in a while, you're going to have to adapt or adjust those lines a little bit. But for the most part, 70, 80, 90% of the time, I mean, it's a high rate. Those numbers or those lines, they're just glued to them like magnet, whichever way you're going.
Yeah, no, you're right, 100%.
I love it, man. That's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's why, like, when I see, like, all these traders that trade, like, even at the seminar, watching Umar up there, or they're watching Day Trade, I'm like, we all are essentially doing the same thing. We're not really going, someone's getting their old TI, well, that was me. I don't know what the TI, what it is now, but TI 83 calculator, your graphing calculator out going, well, the exponential, whatever. And then, we're not doing that. Like, we're trying to make it, honestly, as simple as possible.
Exactly. It can be made simple. It's
like you said, the more what you're talking about, dive in, figure out what you're good at. Like and you think you know it. No, I don't. And then this is what level 2 next. There's which I love. I love learning, like finding those real true technical break it down analysis, reading those PRs essentially months ahead of time, because I know so many traders that are like, that I follow those guys that I just don't really take their trades, but they'll be getting on a stock that say, well, this at 117, and they'll kind of read all those PRs, and next thing you know, it's like months later it's up to $4, $5, $6 or whatever, or weeks later, and you're going, dang, I'm like, I just need to learn the patience to learn, but there's just so much. That's why I want to get into options next, because there's so much money to learn. That is, there's so much more to keep going. And so
100%.
So real quickly, what is, so if they want to live, and you can say it real quickly, for the level 2, so those websites on YouTube that you
what are they? Can I post it in the chat, or
Yeah,
would
go
it
ahead.
be
Yeah,
better
post them in
alerts?
chat. Yeah, go ahead and post the link for sure in chat. If you got it up, post it in chat for him. For that
Okay.
volume, the one, not volume, but the level 2 one, and then anything recently that's helped you out. I know traders that those will have 300 more views instantly, as in they will just be watching those off the
Oh, he has a
charts.
lot of videos there, so
Yeah, go ahead, go. Yeah, put a few of them in there because I'm gonna go ahead and
I'm
click on them
gonna.
too, just so they're in my video library. Because you just click on it, boom, it goes to your history, right? Or if you click on the page, it'll just be in your history of your browser. So I just click on them, so they're just instantly there. I appreciate you again, Bub, coming on here,
No
kind
worries,
of getting
man.
this kicked off. If any of you have, because again, just keeping it short and simple today, short and sweet with Matt, asking him kind of questions about what he's been doing recently, adapting to the market conditions, and then of course now moving forward and what he's been doing. Bringing up a few examples. So if you have any questions for Matt, ask him right now. Ask away. Next 10, 15 minutes or so, give him any questions you want to ask him. Any plans for the 3-day weekend here? Any plans for
I
Father's Day?
actually leave. I leave on
Oh, that's
Saturday.
right. That's right. Yeah,
Or
that's right.
Sunday.
And how long are
Sunday.
you gonna be gone for?
2 weeks. I'll be
2
back
weeks.
July 5th. Yeah.
And are you gonna? Because I catch you here and there. Did you say you're gonna be live streaming afternoon over there or no?
I'll try to. I'll try my best to, but I'm not 100% sure.
Cool. Yeah, even if you join like a day or two, how tight that would be, man. That'd be so cool for traders. You join in like, hey, you got a cool little background view going on. That'd be
Exactly, right?
Yeah, that'd be super cool, dude.
Okay, I think that's it there.
Cool. I appreciate it, boss. Yeah, let me click on those real quick. I was like, let me click on them. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you again coming over. If you have any questions right now, I think we got any of them. So we got Clutch Trades. How many?
Wait, let's see.
Yeah, go ahead. Start with Clutch Trades, right? I think that was
okay. Clutch Trades. How many? Let's see. How many percent was that? And okay, so that was 11%. Yesterday alone, I made 11% on that on those trades there. So yesterday I was 4 for 4. I'll show them here real quick. VIVK, ADN. So I was 4 for 4 on all those trades there, and 11%.
Mr. Mello with the why don't you use the 8 anymore, just down to the 20?
So wait, where is it?
The JR Mello.
Okay. Why did you not use the 8? Okay, so I never used the EMA, but it was the SMA for the 8. I don't use it anymore because not found out, but I've observed and seen over time that the 20 SMA is really all you need, kind of thing. It's like a flexible trend line. Look at it here. Working. When we cross, test down, test down. So it's just like a trend line tool almost. And then the 8 was kind of just too much. Like it just, cluttered up the chart, and I didn't like it.
I was saying,
but it still is great.
That's how I was at first. I was always the 9. It's funny. I used the 9 and the 20, and then I've now essentially done the same to you. Where over time you find what you works best. And I always said that with those. They said, why do you use those? And I'm like, well, of course you're gonna find the breakout short area, but then the main thing is they're almost like, and that's why I would say put your lines in and trade them, because the lines are right to the dot, but they're like working trend. They're essentially like trend lines. I mean, that's what I realized.
Exactly.
It's kind of showing you when it's bullish and then when it's bearish.
No, 100%. You're right.
Oh, Dimpy, this interview is too handsome to handle. Oh, Dimp, you look at him trying to suck up over there. Oh, Dimpsters. Oh, Dimpy. Any other last real questions? I know you guys get them every day, so there may not be too many things that you may not get to ask him over in his lobby. If there's anything new that you want to ask or anything that he went over in his trades from yesterday or this week, hit him up now. Otherwise, thank you guys for being so amazing. Here we go. Here's D. Sarley.
Okay, so I'll answer Beck real quick. But Beck, yeah, I do recommend it. 100%. Can you show us? Okay, so the lines I look for, I actually have a PowerPoint for. What is it called? Oh, okay, there. Let's see. There you go. I went over them at the seminar, really.
Oh, yeah. I was like, that's crazy. That was a month ago today. That was the Friday. That was a month ago today. Was the Friday?
A month already?
Seminar.
Holy moly, shit! That's a lot of time. But yeah. So what time frame? Time frame does not matter. I promise. Time frame does not matter. Let's see. So. What lines would you place on SRRK? So yeah, so time frame doesn't matter for the SMAs there, but essentially I marked the pivot highs, the pivot lows of the trend. So look, here's an example: low, high, higher, low breakout. I wait for this to happen. I mark the pivot low, pivot high, again, high, low, lower, high breakout. I mark the pivot low, the pivot, and the pivot high. This is how it kind of looks like on the chart. Here's an example of this one working again in the future. This one working again in the future, twice really.
Love it.
So it's like, and it does happen. Here's Veru. Look at all this lines. Looks like crazy, right? Let's pay attention to these two lines. Rejection, 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 rejection. Now these lines. Support, support, support. Resistance. Support, support. Nothing happened here on this line. resistance, support. So it's like it does happen. Let's go a little lower here to this area. This Veru line, 1453. Now let's observe rejection. And it was done for the day. Go a little lower. This was the slide I just showed you on Veru. Same line, rejection, fail. Rejection, fail. After so many rejections, if it's still there, it's going to break out. What happened here? Little last rejection, a breakout. Now it's support. Support, support, breakdown, reclaim, support, and then support here. On this last one was when I got in. I got in long right at 1453, started averaging from 1465, and then I was full size 1453 there. So yeah, I got in this trade here. I actually took this personally. But does that make sense there? These are just all my lines. This is how I mark when short. So stop loss, that's kind of like a you thing, if that makes sense. It's all preference. You can do a couple cents below the line or below the wick, essentially, because you see these wicks here. So below the wick, above the wick here, above the wick here, and just wait for the reversal. Or you can do a couple cents. Ideally, however you'd like. There's so many different ways. It's just what works for you best. Let's see. There's a couple questions.
Yeah, I would always say with stop losses, I mean, everyone's going to have a different one. Mine's I always get, the whole, because mine are usually a little tighter, and some traders are going to have a little bit more flexibility. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Some traders are in massive share size. They're going to scale out probably. I mean, you got to, every trader's, you have to, and again, figure out your own niche, essentially, and what
100%.
you're really good at. And real quick, I know Jamie, before it scrolls up, Jamie did ask, is any tips to avoid market maker flushes, i.e. most trend lines?
So,
yeah, kind of like
for that, the biggest thing is the tape and level 2. It's going to show you kind of before it happens. Oh, how? But you'll see the ask get super huge. The bids will get low, and then we'll start dumping big share size on the bids, and it's just you'll see it. You'll kind of see it coming. Look at the volume. You'll see volume start to go crazy a little bit. So that's how you see it there. Let's see. Best way to handle emotion. I'm on top of the rule. I win. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sticking to my 2-to-1 limited losses, but due to PDT. So, yeah, PDT is horrible. I'll say that. So what I can say this is PDT, what is it, 3-day trades, or is it 4 a week? Or is it 3?
That's 3. Yeah, 3 every 5.
3. So 3 a week, I'd say pick the best days, kind of. I feel like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as not Friday, but lately, is as basic as it sounds, it has literally been the best days. Fridays, how's Friday been the best days? It's been easy, quick gains. Monday, it's always the most action-packed money Monday. Let's get at it. Wednesday, it's the middle of the week. Usually the whole market will make a reversal or it'll just continue the trend. For stop loss rule, so look, 1% is your max stop loss. So what is max? Max is maximum, right? Max is I can't go higher than that. So can you go lower? Of course you can. You can go lower. You can use 0.5, 0.25, 0.75. It doesn't matter. But 1% of your account is your max. QNRX, let's check that out. So I'll say this. I don't trade any stocks under $1.50. If this thing has to do with filings and stuff, I'm not at that level yet. But yeah, I don't like trading stocks like this. Just no volume throughout the board. This is a stock that if I shorted a couple thousand shares, I can dump it down to 3.6 or 3.5. You can control this with your own share. So I don't like playing stocks like that. And long term on penny stocks, that's not my thing yet. Is the I don't know. It is not JR Mello. You need in a sense they call it like a professional broker to see the limit down, limit up.
The cheapest brokers I've seen that's had it's Trade Zero. So Trade Zero, because I had them and I still do just because I do like I love their level 2. But I think that's one of the cheap. Otherwise, you choose like like you say, essentially a premium professional broker that has that usually has those. So Lightspeed that I know is one of the lower tiered ones. Trade Zero.
So let's see. ClutchTrades had a question. I was talking about it yesterday. So 1% of your account. I was risking 1% of my account yesterday. And yesterday, because I've done this new thing with the people that are in my chat, I'll go over real quick. So yesterday I was trading with literally $225. All my trades were under $225, and I made 11%. For me personally, I'm making from 5 to 11% per day when trading. And it's like, yes, I get you'll say 1% doesn't grow an account, but look at what from $225. Of course, that account is over PDT, so I can do day trades. Or with $225, with let's not even do 11. Let's go at a little lower. So, like I said, from 5 to 11%, it's super achievable. So let's do 7% a day with 100% reinvest rate because you're always reinvesting, your profits. You don't just want to take it out. And then start date is today. Oh, I forgot to put the months here. Weekends included? No. Yes, there. Okay. Now we're gonna do it for 3 months. Let's do 4. So for 4 months there, and then from $225 was about a 7% a day, you're up to 75,000. So yeah, you can say it's hard, but it really isn't. It's just the discipline part. It scares people, essentially. And I'll say this: 7% is really achievable daily. It really is. It's the
Just
truth.
over time to a snowball effect. Even if you start with just three will become five. Five
Awesome.
then becomes
Exactly.
7, right? And then that 7,
Exactly.
even then if you can just maintain 5 to 7, how that your account when it starts growing, how that just compounds. It just I used to see those little it was like it wasn't a calculator. It was like the old school if I started today and it was like a $2,500 account and you just made 3% or whatever or 5% each trade, how that like 2,500 would turn to like a $50,000+ account before the year's in and you're going.
Yes, I get that would be with the 100% win rate. If you want to deduct a little bit, you'll still have 60,000 with the 70%. I say $60,000 with the 70% win rate, or even a little bit lower if you want to do 60% win rate. Yeah, that's still a lot of money from an initial of 225. It's not 225s in your account. I'm only using $225 every time I trade, aka 50 shares. So yeah. Like I said, I put the account $25,200, just a little wiggle room there, and I'm showing people because a lot of people fear going under PDT. Essentially, they make bad trades, go under PDT, or they don't make any trades, because they're out of that fear. And I'm just showing them that you can do it. Just start small. If you worry too much on the profit, it'll just affect you in the long term. And 1% of your account per day, yeah, you can say it'll take forever to grow, but at least you won't blow up an account.
Yeah, that's why I was gonna say that's why I tell a lot of traders take the P&L off, take your share, take your share size off. Maybe just keep your average entry in, and that's it.
Exactly.
Because then you just start looking and concentrating. Oh, I'm up $50. I'm up 100, but whatever. You're not looking at the technicals and actually looking at your charting, your targets, your level 2. You're just
100%. Yeah, and it's
P&L.
like 1% per day, guys. Grab a trader making 1% per day with the less, making less percentage wise with the guy that's not risking 1% today, that's risking 5, 10. That dude, every time he has a big loss, it'll wipe out all his profits. The 1% per day, guys, he's stair stepping. Don't try to skip the stairs, you'll fall.
Exactly. Like that at the seminar. Baby steps. And then did I get from here to here when he did it? He was doing
Exactly.
Yeah, but exactly. Baby steps, team. You'll eventually start taking those lunges down the line, but if you can just baby your step away, next thing you know, like I said, that compounds over time, big time. Man, I appreciate. I don't think there's any last questions, man. I appreciate you, dude.
Of course, thank you. So, Jamie actually had a question.
You're good. Yeah, if there's any last questions.
I use software stop losses. Essentially, I don't believe in that mess of market makers seeing your stop losses and market maker seeing my stop loss and knocking it out. I think that's a psychology thing that it makes you feel better when you get stopped out, kind of thing. I believe in this. So. Let me grab a ticker. RUV, for example. I believe. Every time we clear out of a high of day, yes, there's going to be stop losses. That's just, kind of basic there. Or every time we clear of a low of day, or not low of day, but a low, essentially we'll have stop losses there because people use the highs and lows as stop losses, if that makes sense there. But I don't believe that market makers see your stop loss and they knock you out. You can say that all you want, but it's just, I feel like that's just a big excuse to help people feel a little bit better when they take that stop out. Because, I could use stop loss orders and still be fine, like ADN, I don't use stop loss orders. Why? Because I want to set up a hotkey for it. I just don't know how exactly, but it takes too much time when you're scaling in, and then I have to type it all in. But I could have used it in all my trades and put it a little bit at like 5-10 cents above my lines and it would have worked. Without being able to short, I've been able to do.
Well, awesome, man. I appreciate it. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good now.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you. Seriously,
no worries,
dude.
Jamie.
You are.
No, of course, thank you.
No,
Josh.
seriously, I appreciate it. You are seriously. I appreciate you coming over here. I'll reclaim this real quick. Reclaim the host.
I do have an LLC. Actually, ta-da! I have a little bit of a book here.
And hold on a sec. Stop.
Awesome.
There
Where's
we go.
Kenny?
Now we're back to normal. I was like, what's going on here? Now we're back to normal. All
Now
right,
we're
all
back.
right, all right. Thank you so much again, though, Matt, getting this
No,
kicked
thank
off from the
you.
interview round 2. I wanted you to come on, kind of go over stuff. People love asking you questions. They love you to death. So that's, you know, again,
Thank you.
what
everyone.
you're doing at your age, and that's what I tell most, like the snowball effect. So I keep telling you, imagine you when you're 25. Imagine when you're 20.
Right.
You know, then imagine
Right,
25.
right.
Imagine when you're 30. You know, so. Let's just keep thinking down the line in those small little, again, baby steps, and keep working toward those small little goals along the way, and you'll get there. It's not, I'm going to make $100,000. We all want to make $100,000 in a day or $100,000 a year or whatever right off the bat. It's about getting there first and taking those slow steps.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the truth.
Man, have a good rest of your day. Have a good
Thank
weekend.
you
Have
very
safe
much. You
travels
too.
as well. So hopefully we get to
Of
see you
course.
while you're gone. Hit us up. Let us know.
Yeah,
At
I
least, you
will.
know, kind of show in the chat, even on your phone. Like, hey, here's a picture, guys. Hopefully you're not having, you know.
I'm here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I got you. I
All
got
right,
you, man.
boss.
Thank you
so
again.
much again. Have a good rest of your day. I'll send you a text. I'll send you a text later on today, and of course I'll get this posted for everybody. Yes, it was recorded. I did record this, so it was recorded. So again, thank you so much, Matt. And I'll let you know when it's posted.
Thank you, everyone. Again, it's an honor to be here. Thank you, guys. Everyone, take care. Thank you, Clutch Trades, for your great questions, man. You had great questions there. Thank you. You know, everyone else that has questions. I'll see you guys in the afternoon.
Yeah. Oh, you're coming on this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm going on this afternoon. I couldn't leave everyone hanging on a Friday.
Well, good, man. That gives me a little goosebumps. I'm like, yeah, I can say hi to you this afternoon because I kind of go live in the afternoon. So what I may do is hand the baton off to you a little early and say, hey, go over to my son's lobby and I'll come chime in over there for you then.
Awesome.
All right, bub. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank
I'll see you
you. You too. Take care.
All right.
See you, everyone. Thank you.
All right, bye. My son, the